The time has come to take all the boys and go towards the Xenon and maybe secure the whole area here. But it's going to be a bit dangerous, so I'm forming a strong convoy. And we're also taking this large transport with us. I want to have a jump beacon ready in case we need an escape. But I believe he isn't carrying a jump beacon. Yes, he's only carrying the cores. So I will unload them and construct a... yeah, 2 jump beacons. Load them back in.
Jump.
And let him follow me. And we could even bring more TLs because there are usually a lot of loot crates in Xenon sectors. They did have a lot of time to kill NPCs. NPC traders who tried to pass through here. And once we take the Xenon out, the factions will pop another satellite in, then they will see that there's loot to be had and send their own salvage crews, so we'll have to be quick if we want to secure that for us. Here we have the other large transport. So let's head for the gate.
Third redemption.
And see what's there. The game version is now 3.8, which featured a complete missile revamp. And I have not had any experience with the new missiles, so we will also see how that has changed. You now have some sort of categories like the NATO code, the Fox missile system, Fox 1, 2 and 3. And I'm not much of a military guy and understand a little of that, but apparently Fox 1 and 3 are radar guided, they need a lock, and the Fox 2 missile it can be fired as a heat seeker, so it can also target other missiles and can probably also switch targets and stuff like that. And the whole, as I understand, the whole system, how the interception works with chaff and also how ships fire their missiles against which targets has been completely revamped. So we will see how that affects the game. I have already refitted my bomber ships, and they now have this unique role to defend the whole fleet against incoming missiles. They're using this countermeasure system, this CCDS, which is now also coded to the Fox missile system. So the Fox 1 missiles require the CCDS Mark 1 to be intercepted, and the 2 require the 2, and Mark 3 is required for the Fox 3 missiles. But I don't know if the Xenon and the pirates are using chaff at all. I doubt it, because they probably spawned before I upgraded the game version.
Mission completed.
So we can safely test the missiles against them without them shooting back. Okay, time to speed up.
Entering system. Emperor mines. Xenon. Transformer PX.
And I can already see a lot of loot here. Yeah, this is going to be worth it. Okay, I think the Rapier missile is the Fox 1 missile for the Argons. Very cheap. With a range of 30 kilometers, so we could already, almost reach this Xenon corvette. And I do see a cap ship docked to the Xenon station. So this sector is not going to be that lightly defended as the others. And we have to be careful. But my combined fleet strength is now over 400. Last time it was 300. So I think it should be sufficient for anything the Xenon can throw against us. I will just wait for the large transport because he carries a scout ship to drop a satellite.
Command accepted.
Okay, we just have one defender. That should be manageable.
Docking granted. Command accepted.
I switched over in the large transport because that makes the looting process a bit easier. Because you don't have a command to automate that. That's a bit of a shame, but I can understand that this has been disabled for balancing reasons to give looters a purpose. But what we could do is maybe no, I'm not going to use the automated looters. Who knows where they will go to. Just going to grab the most important stuff by hand. And I think we already got that. Because these are all just random guns. One type of each. Just grabbed a lot of food. That was probably the most valuable stuff here. So time to attack, I would say.
Quasar.
Invade the sector.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Oh, and they are firing missiles. Interesting, they despawn after a short while. This definitely seems to be a bit broken, to be honest. But we're still in a early testing phase, so all good. Yeah, they're just shooting I think it's the bombers who are shooting. Now, if I had any experience with the missiles, I could tell you what the color-coded yellow ones are. The bomber is attacking the Xenon station.
Cargo bay now contains particle accelerator cannon.
Might be because I switched their missile turrets to attack. That could be the cause. And the Xenon have undocked to meet us. So do we have any good ship to teleport to?
Xenon Terraformer LX. No aim.
So with the Fox 2 missile I can just fire that randomly into space and it will search for an own target, and then you just saw that it switched target too. But as I understand, the Fox 2 missiles are not very powerful.
Rapier missile installed.
And the chaff system is also very effective against them. Well, actually, I just made that up. I have no idea how the new missiles work.
Target is now in firing range. Xenon Terraformer LX. 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 Xenon Terraformer LX.
So the yellow ones are the most basic Fox 1 missiles. Then we have the blue one, which is the Heat Seeker. Fox 2.
Firelance missile installed.
And Fox 3 is like the most advanced long-range, hard to intercept and expensive missile. And then you also have artillery missiles for the missile frigates. Okay, so Fox 3 is like orange. And as I understand, the missiles are also harder to shoot down, but unlike with my first attempt at rebalancing the missiles, they are not indestructible, but it is harder to take them down, so they will eventually hit more than before.
No aim. Xenon station.
Oh, and we should also make a factory ready, because we need to drop it into the other Xenon sector to claim it instantly before the lizards come. Now, can I build another factory? Oh, the Paranet are hostile. What the hell? Apparently the Paranet are hostile. And the Xenon just undocked, so a whole lot of crap is happening all at once. Time to get the hell out. Oh, and I see purple missiles flying now. Yeah, these are the Spectre missiles. I don't know if this is still a trace from my rebalance, because those were the Corvette missiles in my other mod. A few hiccups are to be expected. Until everything has settled and all these mods have sorted themselves out, so ships will have different equipment and stuff. Yeah, the Xenon are kind of weak, they don't have anything to match us, which is good. But I am a bit worried about the Paranet. Hopefully the situation is sorting itself out. Yeah, it seems like that. Suddenly they are not hostile anymore. Okay, who knows? So what I wanted to do is craft another factory. So that we can load it up in our last TL and make it ready to claim the Xenon sector. But it seems like I don't have enough Teladianium. And my other station production outpost is still busy. Yeah, he will get the outpost ready once we claim the second sector. So we will just use that and park the remaining large transport at the station crafting outpost in the meantime. The Xenon frigate also just blew up. The new Mayhem version has also weakened these early game Xenon quite a bit, so he didn't carry any large guns, just to make the early game a bit easier. Because you might not believe it, but we are still in the early game. The early game kind of ends when you have destroyed all the Xenon sectors. That's where the real fun begins. And I'm hoping for a lot of chaos after that point. But don't get me wrong, the game has been very fun and also very dynamic up until now. Just that we are finally reaching a point where the basic empire structure stands. Which means that I'm slowly getting more resources than I can spend. Yeah, I'm producing more ship crafting resources than my outpost can even produce ships. So the main limitation is now that we need a second shipyard. It shows that I have a resource shortage, but that is concerning the lasers and shields that I'm producing at the side. I'm turning all my crystals into equipment and sell that into equipment for my ships, and any excess crystals also into equipment which I can sell at this Marcus Corporation station nearby to make some money. And for that I have set up these where are they? Here, for example, these looping projects. This little paragraph indicates that the outpost will proceed to build an infinite amount of these weapons and shields when it doesn't have anything else to do. So that turns all the crystals into money effectively. Now let's get this Xenon station down. Okay, that was number 1.